Hi there, I'm Gray Cause. I'm a ChiRunning coach and I'd like to invite you to join me on a 20-day Chi challenge. But before I give you a little bit more information on that, I would like you to subscribe if you're enjoying the contents on my channel, like, share with your friends, and please do leave comments. So the 20-day Chi challenge, this is a completely free online challenge. It's giving you lessons, form focuses in your running technique, in your breathing technique, in your movement over a 20-day period. And it's totally free. In fact, you get 30 days free access to the full program. I'm going to give you a taster of that program now. I'm going to give you lesson number 1. So if you can watch lesson number 1 here, if you enjoy that, then sign up and you can watch the rest or join in with the rest of the challenge. Enjoy. Welcome to our first lesson in the 20-day Chi challenge. First of all, we need to just have a quick consider of what ChiRunning is all about. ChiRunning is based on some simple principles taken from Tai Chi and Qigong. 5 principles. The first principle is alignment and relaxation. That's what we're going to look at today. Cooperating with force. This is what we'll look at further on in the program. Working with external and internal forces to help us move more efficiently, breathe easier, move with a little bit more flow rather than acting against the force and creating excess tension, stress and strain. A key principle of Qi is that whole idea of moving from the center. So moving from your physical center of gravity. And in ChiRunning, we focus on a point which is just below the belly button, in towards the spine, which is your physical center of gravity. In standing posture, feel your movement coming from that center of gravity. So in Qi, Tai Chi, Qigong, this area is called a Dantien or lower Dantien. We'll look at that a little bit more in this lesson as well. Doing stuff gradually. It's the easiest thing to say, one of the most difficult things to do when you're looking at any training program. We all want to get to the end goal, but what we want to focus on is the process of getting to that end goal. It's nature. You have to create a stable foundation before you can develop whatever part of your practice. So really just take your time to do stuff gradually. And 5, mindful movement, really having an intention behind what you're practicing, how you're moving, how you're breathing. So let's have a look. To start off with today, we're going to focus on alignment and relaxation. So keep those 2 words in mind. They balance each other out. Alignment and relaxation. Another way to think of it is also, where do we need strength in the body? Where can we have softness? So again, good words there, balancing each other out. Where do we need to be aligned? Where can we be relaxed? Where do we need to be strong? Where can the body be soft? It can't all be strong, it can't all be aligned, otherwise we become tight and over tense, and it can't be over soft and over relaxed, otherwise everything's just going to collapse on the ground. So with Qi, there's always those balancing forces, cooperating with force of alignment, relaxation. As in Tai Chi, there's a really nice visualization that I want you to think about in terms of our standing posture, if you like. And that is an idea of needle in cotton. So that needle in cotton is a strong central rotational axis running through the crown of the head, through the body. This is where everything around that axis can be soft, if you like, or relaxed. So the strength of the needle and the softness of the cotton around that. And this is the foundation of your efficient movement. We have to really explore where we need that strength and where we need that softness. One of the things that is often I see happening when we're talking particularly about posture is that people feel they need to create a fixed posture. Now, quite often the idea of engaging the core, we pull everything in at the center, or we try and stand up tall and we keep trying to look good in terms of our posture. But actually, this is a great quote here from Katie Bowman, that often if you're determined to hold a fixed posture, that can be really detrimental to our health. And that idea of engaging the core, it really does make a difference, because if you're literally just pulling everything in, you're actually not breathing efficiently, you can be squashing the organs. So this is why it's so important to really consider the balance between alignment, relaxation, strength and softness. And this comes about by practice, by body awareness. So we really need to take our time, do stuff gradually to sense this in our body. Now, this is a great idea, if you like, just to give you a very simple idea of how we want to be balanced. So standing posture is all about balanced. It's not fixed, it's not a static posture. And if you look at the figure there on the right of the screen, I think it is, as you're looking at it, yeah. So the guy in green, you'll see there we've got the figure where the rib cage is balanced over the pelvis and the head is just balanced over the spine. So when I'm teaching posture, quite often I don't even focus on posture, I focus on balance. So balancing in this standing stance. Common deviations from this is like the head pushing forwards, the head dropping forwards, or the pelvis tucked too much, or the hips too far forwards. So we really want to work on our standing stance, on our standing posture, because this is the base point of efficient movement forwards. If we never come back to this baseline, then how do we find where our center of gravity is? How can we sense where our center of gravity is? How can we allow ourselves to move forward with ease, gracefulness and fluidity? So the standing posture is what we need to really work on as that stable foundation. Another really good way, simple way of looking at this from a Qi point of view, from a Tai Chi Qigong point of view, is 3 Dantiens, or 3 centers of gravity. So we just talked about the lower Dantien there, which is, if you think of it from a physical point of view, it's it's where our body's center of gravity is. So it's quite high up actually, where our body's center of gravity is in our standing posture. In ChiRunning, in Qigong, this is the idea of, this is where your physical energy center is, where your power comes from, where you store energy, where you issue energy from. It's a really nice visualization. And this is the idea of moving from the center. Drive everything from this center of gravity. This is your powerhouse. We need to be grounded, stable, strong through this lower Dantien, this reservoir of energy. And then if you come up the body, the next heaviest part of the body is the rib cage, and this whole torso area, thorax area, where you've got your heart, you've got your lungs, you've got all the organs. So we want to make sure that this middle Dantien is balanced over the lower Dantien. This is important in terms of breath work, because we want to make sure our respiratory diaphragm is connected over the pelvic floor. If you practice yoga, a really good visualization for this is the heart center. So just get your heart center or your middle Dantien balanced over the lower Dantien. And then the next heaviest point is get that head, which in Tai Chi, ChiRunning, guess what? It's called the upper Dantien. So lengthen the spine, get the head balanced on top of the spine, and balance that upper Dantien over middle Dantien over lower Dantien. If you want to get a little bit more depth in terms of where the energies are within the body, the lower Dantien, as I say, there is the physical energy center. Middle Dantien is very much related to thoughts, to emotions and thoughts. And then your upper Dantien is much more the mind, the spirit, and the consciousness. Again, if you want to go down those lines, that's great. We can explore that in much more detail. You can explore that in much more detail. But the simplicity of it, from a physical point of view, is get those 3 centers of gravity balanced so you can really create that strong central rotational axis. And then everything around that can be soft, relaxed. So you're just using just the right amount of tension through whatever muscles you need to use. It's really, really important to practice this in a standing posture, because as I say, this is your baseline from where you move forwards. So, today's challenge, here's challenge number 1. Feel alignment and relaxation when standing. Now, one of the great things again about ChiRunning and the practice of ChiRunning is that you don't have to go for an hour at the gym to practice standing. So if you're standing in a queue at the supermarket, if you're standing, I don't know, boiling water or standing cleaning your teeth, just tune in, just bring awareness into the body. This is what body sensing is all about. Check in with those 3 centers of gravity. Balance those 3 centers of gravity. Where can you be strong? Where do you need to be strong? And where can you be soft? Where do you need that strength to stop yourself from collapsing on the floor? But at the same time, where can you let go? Do you feel any excess stress and strain in the body? Or maybe it's a little bit in the neck, maybe it's a little bit in the lower legs. You'll never discover this if you don't actually take that time out to actually just balance in that standing posture. What are the areas that you can soften? What are the areas you can relax and let go of? What you can also do when you practice your standing posture stance is take that awareness out with you on a walk. Really take your time to see where you need to be strong, where your foot's landing, that central rotational axis, what's going on around that central rotational axis. So you're really focusing on being grounded and stable and strong, but also energized and uplifted through the crown of the head. See where you can relax, see where you can let go. Are you holding tension in the shoulders? How are you breathing? Check in with all of this stuff on your next walk. And when you get really confident with that, when you're comfortable with the balancing, then see how it feels on a run. But the thing when you're running and with all of this program, what I want you to do is not overthink things when you're running, because otherwise that creates tension. And also, if you're overthinking things, it can be quite dangerous because you can trip up because you're really focusing on trying too hard. So the idea is all of the practice leads into smooth, fluid, efficient running. And then all we have to do when we're running is just a few little form focuses to help you really enjoy your run, reduce the risk of you getting injured, and make you, as we say, we're making you more, hopefully more efficient in terms of your movement. So that's today's challenge. Just a couple of things to think about in the summary. Remember, there's no such thing as a good fixed posture. We don't want fixed posture. We don't want static posture. We want balance, alignment, and relaxation. And really, really simple focus, those 3 Dantiens. As you're standing, as you're rotating, as you're walking, as you're running, just be aware of them, just balancing, hovering. Not stacking, because stacking suggests everything locked and blocked. Lifting and almost like hovering, balancing over each other, rotating over each other. Great, there's day 1. Enjoy. Leave any comments below. Let us know how you get on, and we'll see you for the next lesson. Thanks for watching.